Hello everyone, it's Happy Place, otherwise it's Wes Dobbin here. I just wanted to make this video to kind of do a little bit more of like an informal or educational type video. This video is going to be more included about how I started on my reselling journey and what were the tips and tricks that helped me become a lot more successful than when I previously started. Mind you, I'm still working towards that goal and vision that I do plan on heading towards, but I feel like right now I have some valuable knowledge or information for people like me or people that are starting to help them in their reselling career. And I also want to talk about maybe the possibility of if sneaker reselling is a profitable career. And I really think that from all that I'm going to be saying, I feel like I can help maybe one or two people. That is the goal here. So the first point I really want to get across is that you're going to lose money. And I will talk about that in a way of like when you were especially starting out, sneakers are very similar, but yet unique to other type of assets. It can appreciate and depreciate like other assets. In matter of fact, holding its value or appreciating more so over time than it's like stocks, crypto, and other like main type assets. But the one problem about sneaker reselling is the liquidity aspect, right? You can have a $500 shoe that's worth like that much, but the thing is that you need to be able to find someone that's willing to spend that $500, right? And with that being said, you may not get that $500. It may be $450 to even $400. That is the aspect that I don't think a lot of people really consider when you are investing in type of shoes. And the good thing about sneaker reselling is that you're getting a constant supply from these brands called New Balance, Nike, Adidas, wherever, right? And it will always get a good flux of supply and usually a good demand, but that isn't always the case, especially when it comes to the demand. I bought shoes that I thought was going to make money and I lost money, right? So obviously these are becoming learned lessons for me, especially when you start out. I really would like to encourage people to do research, look at, this market, seeing what people are paying for them. But that will happen. And that may happen as you expand your career. Even the most knowledgeable people, that may still happen, right? As long as you're not doing that as you prolong this business, you will be fine. Another talking point I would like to get across is keeping track of your expenses and the revenue or profit, whatever it works out. Obviously, keeping track of your expenses is a crucial part of any business. You need to know what you are spending your money on. When I do it, I use on like a Google Sheet or like Excel or any type of like thing that is able to help you track your expenses. And obviously it can help me track my revenue as well. And I actually get a lot of good information from it. So what I kind of do like a log per se of what sold for what price, what did I make money off of, what was the profit, right? And I feel like from doing that, I'm able to kind of know a little bit more of what shoes selling more, what sizes are people buying, what brand, or is there a type of color that's selling a lot more quicker or more frequently, right? I feel like I'm getting able to get that crucial data that will help me in my reselling career, right? Obviously there's different things that come into play, right? I usually just have like a little very simple aspect of like shoe size, profit margins and all that, but you can do maybe the average profit or average cost per shoe. You can look at the margins, the percentages, and all those kind of things. Whatever will make it more easier for you to keep track of your expenses and maybe you keep track of your revenue and profits will help you in the long run. Then there comes the aspect of networking. I think networking is a very crucial part of the business world and it doesn't discriminate in the sneaker type culture. I feel like when I'm running this business, it is fun to do, and I do feel like I'm learning a lot throughout the process. But I do understand that if I do want to grow and progress, that I will need help or people that can help share my vision. And the great thing about this too is that you can have people that can kind of complement your weaknesses, right? And it also gives you time to be able to put more energy and time into things, right? Because when you're doing a variety of things, you're putting a lot of energy into it, right? And there might be aspects where you just aren't able to put the full energy in it. versus like if you had some help, you would be able to do a lot more stuff, a lot more better and a lot more quicker, right? And obviously I feel like as you build it with some people, it becomes a bit more professional. You can brainstorm and they can kind of become a soaking sponge, so to speak, of like ideas and content, right? Because I feel like for me, I do want to focus a lot on the content base, and I feel like having more people in my circle will help me get to that point where I want to be, right? And that is probably from the business aspect. I do encourage, and I am trying to pursue adding more people into what my brand and my business. But now I'm gonna want to get into more of the customer aspect, right? Networking or the sales type person is crucial and needed, right? You need to be able to promote and showcase your brand, right? Because the thing is that you are a small business and you have to give people reasons and a purpose to buy from you, right? You are competing a little bit from these like big store brands like Foot Locker, Champs, JD Sports, Finish Line, wherever you are, and maybe some more official or proclaimed sneaker shops, right? You have to give them a reason and understanding of why they should do business with you. Do you have better prices? Do you have better stock? Do you have more stock? Can you find shoes that other places wouldn't, right? You have to showcase and define that with them, and you kind of have to become a salesman person in that way. I feel like if you do want to succeed, you do have to fine tune that sales type aspect, right? And I know that may take time for people because, like me, I'm kind of an introverted person, and it's not necessarily the easiest time to be talking to people, especially if you're trying to sell something. But I feel like that gets better with time and practice. And I feel like if you are able to network with people, are able to showcase and sell your products in a way that, you know, is presentable, welcome, friendly, that you will excel from a business standpoint because people love to radiate from that energy that you give out. So one thing that I really do want people to understand upon themselves is to take themselves seriously, right? I think when you're ever starting a venture or starting anything or a challenge or a goal, you know, I feel like there's always going to be some self-doubt or some, you know, what do people think about if I do this, right? You know, I could tell from personal experience that when I wanted to do this, I wanted to pursue a business, I wanted to be a sneaker reseller. There was times where I was just a bit anxious or a bit hesitant to kind of tell people because I was scared of what people would think, or, you know, scared of like, oh, this ain't really what I would consider a career, right? And I think that really pondered or like really struck the growth that I could have had because I was scared about what others were thinking of me, not myself. But, you know, I feel like for anyone, if they want to pursue themselves or want to take something serious, that they should take themselves seriously. If you want to run a business, you have to think that you are running a business, right? And I feel like from this taking yourself seriously, you give more effort, more time, more commitment. And I feel like there's results that come from it, right? So for me, I would hope that from this talking point, that people can get the financial and psychological satisfaction of, you know, taking themselves seriously. You know, you're pushing to something, you're pursuing the dream. I feel like most of the people who want to do something, especially pursue a business, you know, they're living out a dream. And I hope people can really take themselves seriously when they try to run a business. In the essence of sneakers, right? You know, it's not as like mainstream per se when you say it to people. And I can understand where people are maybe a bit like not understanding the whole thing or doubting you. But at the end of the day, this is your life, not theirs. You can only compare yourself to them. You're going to only compare yourself to yourself, right? And that's probably the biggest thing that I would try to preach to people is that don't compare yourself to others, compare yourself to yourself. At the end of the day, this is your life, not theirs. So, you know, do what you want. But if you're doing whatever you need to do in life, do a full effort, take yourself seriously, because I feel like if you do, you will see the results down the road. Trust me. And this talking point is probably the most important thing out of probably a lot of stuff, in my opinion. You know, if anyone's gonna take anything from this, I want it to be this point, and it's gonna be time. Yes, time. The thing is that a lot of great things were not built quickly. A lot of people look for quick, instant satisfaction, quick success, right? You know, people want it easy. And obviously, a lot of people would like that way, myself included, but that's not the result. You know, when I started doing this, I didn't sell my first shoe for like maybe half a year, right? And I really took time to really reflect on what I was doing. You know, is this right for me? Should I be doing this? You know, am I dumb? Like, did I just waste money? But, you know, at that time where I was thinking of quitting, I was like, you know what? I got to keep pushing, because like, just because failure happened to me doesn't mean I'm going to keep feeling this failure or keep having this failure. But I took the time to, you know, better presentation of my shoes, better marketing, you know, reaching out to people more. And, you know, I think after those things, you know, I started to see a bit more success, started to see more cash coming in. People were noticing my brand, and, you know, those were things that were making me happy, right? You know, seeing like people recognize you and what you're trying to do. But the thing is that it took some time, and even right now, you know, there's times where I may experience up and downs. And the thing is that for anyone trying to create a bigger vision or scale their business, and this is me, myself included, you know, we have to understand that to create these empires or create these big things, you know, we need to create the foundation to do it. You know, you look at places like Tesla, Facebook, or Amazon, like, you know, these took years to become the businesses and brands that they were. And, you know, throughout the time, I think people should create the foundation and the fundamentals that will set their business and brand up for great success down the road, right? But I think if you have persistence, faith, patience, consistency, that you will have a greater chance of succeeding in what you want to do. And especially in the sneaker business, it can be a bit difficult at times, because sneakers themselves are considered a luxury item. Not everyone's looking to buy a luxury item, so sometimes the price that people are wanting aren't always there, and, you know, the margins may not be what you're looking for. But at the same time, like any market, they go up and down, and you just have to be persistent and have faith in what you're doing, right? So if I'm being honest, time is probably the best ingredient for a lot of successful ventures, people, and opportunities. Last but not least, the last segment I do want to talk about is sneaker reselling a viable career? Can it become a career? And my honest opinion is that it can, with the right scaling and the right people and the right tools. You know, it is assets that do appreciate in value. I feel like it is an emerging market. You know, I feel like everyone needs to wear feet, right? You know, the average person buys 4 shoes a year, right? That's where I read up on. And, you know, the sneaker reselling market's about to be a $70 billion industry by 2026. So there's a lot of good stuff running for it. I feel like to do it, right, you really have to learn the business aspect of it. You have to learn about the finances. You have to learn how to market, become a salesperson, but also you need to get the right amount of people. You need to know what you need to do to promote and grow your business. If you're wanting to get a storefront, you need to know what you need to do to get one, right? You need to register your business. You need to become an LLC or whatever. There's so much things that I think come into play that I don't think a lot of people, especially newer people, really realize what it takes to run a business. But I feel like if you bring in the right operations and have a good plan and you stick to that plan, you definitely could see a very successful venture, right? I would suggest that if you get a group of people that are like-minded and determined like you, please do it, because it is hard to do stuff by yourself. Thank you for watching this video. Hope what I said helped you a lot. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.